Now, before we start class, a lot of you little shits been skipping my class, and I haven't been appreciating that. So, I'm gonna have something in store for you all. Now, for the ones who stayed, today we're gonna be talking about why Ulquiorra might just be the most resource-heavy character in Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Now, class, like we do in every lesson, we have to first understand what is a heavy resource character. Well, what they are is a certain character that heavily relies on their tools. Now, it's a big difference. These characters really need to rely on their tools. If they don't rely on their tools, they're basically useless. So an example, let's say you decide to use one of these heavy resource characters going up against a regular character. The regular character has room to slack off without using his whole entire kit to the fullest. Now, in your case, since you picked up that heavy resource character, you need to use everything in your arsenal. You can't slack, because if you do slack, you'll lose. I hope y'all paying attention, because we're about to move on to the next segment, to his toolkits. Now direct your attention up to the screen, please. As you can see, tool 1, called instant regeneration. What does instant regeneration does? Well, a move that gradually restores ratio over time. The ability can be accelerated by holding down input. It's basically self-explanatory. Now moving on to the next tool. Now tool 2, called Zero. A move that sacrifices his own ratio to release a powerful blast in front of him. In addition to increasing combo damage, it can be used in a wide range of ways, such as overcoming gaps in attacks and destroying the opponent's counterattacks. So basically a neutral skip option that will make your opponent rethink their options against you. And keep in mind, it takes away health, so use it sparingly. Now, time to move on to the most important tool yet. Just his awakening. Now, what does it does? Well, Ulquiorra's performance is enhanced by releasing Murcielago with Resurrection. The amount of spiritual power Ulquiorra acquires is dramatically increased, making it easier to take advantage of his spiritual pressure moves. Now remember, class, when I said he's a high resource character in base, right? Well, in Awakening, that whole entire logic becomes twisted. Now he's a full-fledged enhanced character. So he no longer has to worry about the expense of using his own spiritual pressure moves while in Awakening, because he forms a little mini game, which is going to be a rinse and repeat, a recycle mini game of his spiritual skills. Now class, remember, if you want to pick up this character, you have to keep these two aspects in mind. Remember, you have to use, while in base, you have to use your ability sparingly, but in Awakening, you have a little bit more wiggle room to go ahead and slack off. Now, as far as his second resurrection, Escondas Tapas, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be another layer on top of his whole entire game plan. So, when a full game comes out, we'll make sure to go ahead and review it and see. But for right now, class, if you'd like to point your attention back up to the screen, because we're about to look at his stats. Okay, now we have his stats. Now, as you can see, his reach and range is up there. His speed and mobility is runner up, and his special skills and durability is tied. And his power and strength is also like one up just a little bit. But overall, you can see his reach and range almost matches Gin. Well, their fighting style is similar but not the same. As far as Gin's fighting style, his fighting style is like a one-shot, one-kill thrust fighting style compared to Ulquiorra's. Ulquiorra's is more like a fencing type of fighting style. So if y'all don't know what fencing is, just search it up, do your homework, and let me know in the next lesson. But overall, Ulquiorra's and Gin's fighting style, when it comes to the range aspect, is similar, but it's not the same. Going back onto the stats at hand, as you can see, Ulquiorra is going to be more technical to use. Like I said, he's heavy resource in base, so you're going to have to know when to use his attacks and when to use your abilities. And as for his speed, well, you can guess it, his speed comes from his hand movement, so that's definitely going to give you the edge too when you're playing with him. So keep them in mind. So class, the game plan would be, if you want to pick up this character, is to make sure you condition your opponent to keep mashing on you, or to either beat them, because I'm pretty sure his speed is going to beat some of their mash attempts. So to thrust at your opponent, get a good knockback, and instantly follow it up with a regeneration. Then if they try to counter attack you, hit them with a Zero, a neutral skip, and then go ahead and go into Awakening, because as soon as you go into Awakening, you can close out the games way quicker, and just keep adding on a mental stack to them over and over and over until they succumb to it. So with that being said, class, I hope y'all took away from this lesson and incorporate some aspects of it in your game plan. And y'all remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Road to 100 subscribers. We're going to get there. We're getting bigger each and every single day. And with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all don't slam my doors. And I'll see y'all next video.
ごきげんよう。